Hello, Magic the Gathering players. This is Andatish Ordo, and today I'm going to be doing the spoilers or the spoiler reprints for Masters 25. Some of these haven't ever reprints yet, so just FYI for the Magic side of my channel. Once I get my recording capability set up, should be here in the next week or two, give or take. It takes a bit to get a computer that was given to you fixed up, and it's still a really great shaped computer. Just I don't know, something happened, I guess. I don't know. But once I get it fixed, it'll be smooth sailing from there. But once I do, I'm going to be doing some modern, some pauper decks, deck lists, so I can get some of these deck ideas out there that I have that could possibly, be like a rogue deck or like a rogue deck style or even a against the odds style deck. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and quickly get into the Magic the Gathering spoilers. So, obviously these are all 100% reprints. There's not going to be anything new. So, me reading all the cards I might skim over. So, starting off, Decree of Justice has been reprinted. Also, one thing I did like about this set, unless it's from the sets that don't have set symbols, they actually put the watermarks of the set in the card description. So, like, Decree of Justice is Scourge. Lightning Bolt came out, I think, in Alpha. And that's why it has the M. All the sets that do not have a magic symbol, there you go. Brainstorm looks like it was one of the cold ones, I think. I don't know. I'm not going to go over all of these. But I don't know. I just like the art of the original first printing of the card. Excuse me. So Mishra's Factory, that one's in. It's a Manland. That's good that one's reprinted. Some of these cards I do want to talk about, though. Counterspell. Whoop-dee. Okay, hold on. Yep, that's what I thought. Lightning Bolt is uncommon. It is hard to tell that these are common, uncommon, rare, unless you actually look at the bottom. Yeah, Lightning Bolt's uncommon. So we got Ratcatcher. We got Nezumi. I feel like after the 25 years, they've taken at least 1 to 3, maybe even 5 cards from every set and added it into a single set, which is kind of nice. One card I'm excited about is Relentless Rats. Conflux and Nezumi Cutthroat. Yeah, anyways. But Relentless Rats, I do want to talk about that one really quick. It was an uncommon, now they downshifted it to a common. And yes, that means Pauper is going to have a brand new deck called Relentless Rat deck for Pauper. They're probably going to run 16 to 20, and then you could run, literally, I would do it, is run 20, or add 4 Gray Merchants of Asphodels, and you're set. You are set to have a insane rat deck, and then, you top it off. If for any reason they just keep creating chump blockers through bouncing effects, you throw out Gray Merchant, and you're going to gain 6, 8, 10 life, and that's a 20-point life swing there. So Pauper it's going to be fun with Relentless Rats once it comes out. Also, I like the new art. It actually has, Relentless Rats was originally from Fifth Dawn, I believe that is. Mirrodin, Darksteel, Fifth Dawn. Yeah, because it has the logo of the Helm of Kaldra. And yeah, they took the art back to the plane it was on. And so in the background, you can see Mirrodin's black swamp type areas. So it's kind of cool. And I'm excited about that. I will say I want to build that deck in real life. And Relentless Rats being common means it's going to be, really cheapened down. Because I've always wanted to build some Relentless Rat decks. Especially for Commander. That's good for Commander. Commander player's going to pick it up. So maybe it might not go down much. Well, of course, right now, the recording of this video, I don't know the price of it. So I may do that in a future video. Well, I probably will do that in a future video. Willbender, Eidolon of Great Revels come around. Akroma's Vengeance. Darian, King of Keldor. I guess the J is silent. Rishadan Port has been brought back. That one was from Apocalypse? I think. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of cool that they reprint some of these older cards, and some of them need reprints, really bad. Flash, and it's right next to Protein Hulk, which, if you do know, there is a turn 0. It's banned in a lot of formats. A turn 0, or turn 1, whatever, game winning strategy with Flash and Protein Hulk, and a bunch of other cards. So that's always nice. Vidalian Click still keeps his mythic tag. Ensnaring Bridge is mythic now. Whoa. That is cool. That's a cool Ensnaring Bridge. I will say, I want to zoom in a little bit on the art. That is just brilliant. I like how they've redone some of these arts. Of course, they still try to keep them close to the plane they're on. So at least if you look at Fierce Empath, that one's an uncommon. I think at one time it was a common. But Fierce Empath, Fierce Empath is one of those cards I wouldn't mind seeing in Modern, because there's a lot of different cards that it can search up. Like if you're going to go a green ramp deck and you want to get Primeval Titan, you can search up Primeval Titan. So you essentially have 8 Primeval Titans thanks to this card. So I would like to see that come into Modern. But, at least Fierce Empath's art looks like it's from the plane of, or the plane it's from. Zombify has been brought back. Magus of the Moon Magus of the Wheel has been brought back. Because they even brought some cards back from the Commander sets. That's awesome. Odyssey. Okay, Zombify is the one from Odyssey. Core Firewalker's been brought back. That's always good. Savannah Lions. If you notice, that one's been dropped down to a common, which means Savannah Lions, I think even the newest white soldier creature, human soldier, the 1-mana 2/1 has been commonized. So there's going to be some mono white strategies with like White Weenie. So that's always going to be interesting. Ball of Lightning came back. Undead Gladiator. Excuse me. One thing with Undead Gladiator, I think the original printing was rare, so now it's dropped to an uncommon. So it kind of actually works as an uncommon. Living Death, Giant Growth, Runic Thar, Biden of Thassa, and Doomsday. So that's all been released the 27th of February. I am also going to cover the 26th and what we was previewed like a month or so ago. So one card was released. Come on. Something happened. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Aldemar's Call, that's what it is. I couldn't see it because it was in different language. So we got Vindicate coming back. Vindicate's another card I wouldn't mind seeing it make into Modern, because if you look at it, one of the other cards that's similar in a sense to it is Anguished Unmaking. There's also a black-green card kind of similar, but a little better in some ways, and that is Maelstrom Pulse. So Vindicate, I don't see it being a big deal, even though it does, hit lands, so that's probably one reason why they may not. But who knows? We'll see if that one actually does hit Modern in the near 2 to 5 years. Excuse me for a second. Living Wish. Living Wish is an interesting one. You may choose a creature or land card you own from outside. That one's an interesting one to come back and put it into your hand. Then you exile it. So yeah, it's a good way to search up extra lands, extra creatures, especially if they're not in your deck, then they can't be hit by surgical. So that one's good. It's definitely an iconic, even though this isn't iconic Masters, it's Masters 25 over the 25 years of Magic. This is a really, iconic card from the 25 years. Goblin War Drums, and it's been properly worded to have Menace, which that's always exciting. Actually, this is another card I wouldn't mind seeing making its way into Modern, because it wouldn't be game breaking. But we'll see if that actually is a possibility. But, having a 3-mana, turn 1 and turn 2, you're throwing out a bunch of different goblins. Turn 3, you throw out Goblin War Drums, and, you're swinging, and it's hard to block a bunch of the creatures you have. So, but would it make it in Modern? I don't know. Vindicate, yes, and, of course, the other card I mentioned are up here. Um, Fierce Empath, I could probably see that one in modern. Prosh has been reprinted. Dark Ritual's been reprinted. I don't know. I think I like a lot of these cards. Hana's Ship Navigator has been reprinted. And some of these cards definitely have like a high price tag. They've never been reprinted before, and they're finally getting them reprinted. So that's always nice. Imperial Recruiter, I believe, is one of those that actually has not, and it actually is. It was probably rare in the past, and now it's a mythic, which is exciting because of course, they didn't have mythics back at the time. But what's one thing interesting is this is another card I kind of wouldn't mind seeing making it into modern, because there is a white version of this type of card that came through the commander sets. I believe it was the commander sets, and so yeah, bringing that into modern would be kind of fun. Sundering Titan, I like the new art. It does go back into the modern or Mirrodin feel of the artwork, where it looks like he's on Mirrodin. So it's always nice that they try to, take that back to the plane it was originally from. Either giving it the same art, like cut Curse Catcher, or giving it a new art. Blood Moon, it's been Blood Moon. Of course, I will say I do like the Blood Moon with the little moon logo in the bottom. It's always nice. Chalice of the Void. That one has been brought back. A Chroma. Pillage has been dropped to a common. That one and Bovildian Horde. Those two cards I will say are, gonna shake up Pauper. So hopefully in the near future they make some commons that have a little bit higher removal. Like White probably saw as one of the best because of like a Journey to Nowhere. Even though it's sorcery speed, but at least it can kill one of these type of creatures. Or at least Pavilion Hordes. That one will probably be used in Pauper. And it's kind of nice to see them downshift some cards to make them more viable in a set because they won't see Legacy, Modern, or even Standard play. So throwing it into Pauper, on the other hand, would give it a new play testable area, which Pauper has been picking up in popularity. So we'll see if, Pauper actually... because they have banned some stuff from Pauper. They may actually do some more. Hopefully, they do some more. Looks into Pauper just as well as they've been working into Modern, because Modern and Pauper are really popular, just as well as Commander. And then Standard's just Standard. I don't know. I personally don't care about Standard. It just rotates. There's some cool decks that come out of it that actually go into Modern usually. But I don't know. I personally just don't like Standard. Limited and Draft, those are fun sets to, play around with, deck build ideas. And Standard is in a way that way too. It's been a long time since I've played Standard. It's been since, I think, around the first Innistrad block, a little bit after the first Innistrad block, and I kind of just stopped. Of course, probably within that next year after, I kind of stopped Magic for a while, and I'm kind of getting back into things, so... And I'm getting into, more into Pauper and Commander more than Modern. But I still like talking about Modern. I know some Modern stuff. I'm not an expert, but... and with that being said, I wouldn't mind seeing Pillage be a card in Modern, because it's kind of a utility card, hitting either lands or artifacts. Sorry about that little story, but going on from there, Niv Mizzet is brought back. Also, if you notice Niv Mizzet, other than the watermark, which looks awesome, the little Niv Mizzet if you turn it sideways, the card sideways, the little Z dash greater sign, etc. All that verbiage just says Niv Mizzet. If you turn it to where Niv Mizzet is facing, the left side of the card is facing up. But, I thought that was a kind of a cool thing that they did in the original Dissension block. And ever since then, I've kind of liked Niv Mizzet as a dragon. So, going on from there, Thalia has been brought back. So that's a good one. And a lot of these reprints are needed. They are needed to add more to the market, to maybe drop some prices. Red and blue elemental blasts are, these two Japanese ones or Chinese. I don't know. I hate saying that, but I don't know which one, which one it is. So So red Elemental Blast, that one's that one. Okay, and then blue Elemental. Then Gisela has been brought back. Of course, then we've also have Murder. It's a common, simple. We've also been previewed on February 4th, Phyrexian Obliterator. That's coming back as it's a normal mythic, and Phyrexian Obliterator needed a reprint. I'm sure he may get another reprint in the next Modern Masters, which I think would be a great thing because, Phyrexian Obliterator is a fun card to build around. I remember, I think it was Rogue Deck Builder or Saffron Olive. They built a deck around using Domri Raid comboed with Phyrexian Obliterator. So, of course, you'd get some cards to fix your lands like Urborg, but once you play Domri Raid and do something, or do whatever you do on turn 3, then turn 4, you play this, have Domri Raid, take this to fight another creature, and just decimate their board because they're doing damage to Phyrexian Obliterator. It's a fun card to build around, so I'm glad that's a card getting reprinted, and I hope it gets reprinted again, just so it's a little easier accessible. And then, of course, everyone's famous and infamous, not Azusa, but Jace the Mind Sculptor being reprinted again. Of course, everyone knows that Modern, it was unbanned in Modern along with Bloodbraid. I personally would have done Bloodbraid and Stoneforge Mystic, and that's going to be definitely another topic for another video that I have planned in the near future about Stoneforge Mystic. I've kind of built a deck online with one of the online websites that actually uses that kind of built a equipment style deck around Stoneforge if it was unbanned. So, but going back to this, Jace and Azusa, the first two that were spoiled. Azusa looks awesome in the art, especially harkening back to Champions. I don't know what I don't care what anyone says. I like the Kamigawa block. I just loved it. Yes, some of their mechanics and the spirit side of a lot of the cards were kind of weird, but I loved ninjutsu. I loved Bushido. Well, not as much as ninjutsu, but I just love the feel of Kamigawa, and I hope they go back to it and bring it back as a future, improved set. Yes, there was a lot of flaws with Kamigawa block, but I still liked it. It was a fun, set to play around with, especially a lot of the ninjas. So, but yeah, that is the 2nd, 4th, 15th, 26th, and 27th spoiler days of Magic, Magic the Gathering Masters 25, the 25 years of Magic. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below of what's been spoiled so far. I'm going to be trying to make sure that I do a daily video so it doesn't last this long, and talk about the different cards and talk about the different rarity shifts that happen and what may or may not come from it. The most exciting reprint that's been rarity shifted is Relentless Rats. I'm excited about that. Like, it makes me want to set up, fix my MTGO account and build this deck for Pauper and just start wrecking havoc, wrecking a lot of different decks, because Relentless Rats, once you get 3 and 4 and 5 out, like red decks don't stand a chance, a few other decks don't stand a chance. It's just insane. So, again, thanks for watching. I appreciate all those that watch the videos. I know my channel is mostly Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but I'm still trying to expand out to target more than just Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Again, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.